Hello and welcome to Porsche Cup Challenge. This is Spa Week. Unfortunately, my Blue Yeti microphone, I don't know what happened, software issues, I have no clue whatsoever, is not working correctly today. So you're going to have to suffer through some S's and pa sounds, hopefully not too bad with my headset microphone. But everyone, welcome to Porsche Cup Challenge. This is Spa Week, one of the best weeks. There's a lot of amazing racing available. Let's bring up race overlay and take a look exactly how everyone's doing in the qualifying, and then we can see what our race is going to look at. We have a total of, I think it's around 20 drivers here with us today. This is 8-minute qualifying. You get 2 laps total. 2 laps to try and set your best time. Here is Adam Schmidt just going for a run at it. Let's put up the best times that everyone is setting to see what is that lap time. Corey Lazarus blazing fast. 2 minutes 20 seconds. Wow. And just to take a quick look at how fast is that. Let me see if I can find the weather. Look at that, 35 degrees track Celsius, and we're seeing a 2-minute 20-second lap. That is absolutely phenomenal. Just hitting every apex, every exit. That is exactly what you'd expect out of the drivers such as Corey Lazarus right there. Let's bring up his full name. Some of you guys want to know what is the first name of these drivers, and here you are right there. Corey Lazarus, Adam Schmidt, Philip, the Flipper Straffarelli. I'm going to just rename him the Flipper. Currently in our top 3. I'm not sure where... I'm not sure where Samuel is right now, but there. And just like that, you got Flipper Straffarelli. Okay. So it looks like Adam Smith has done his qualifying lap, so let's get rid of this weather sector thing right in the middle of our screen. We don't want it anymore. We want to take a look at some of these drivers going through their laps. Is there anyone still going? I think there is. Here is Michael Krilla. He is... Oh, that might be lap 2. He's just going up Eau Rouge right there. And here we go. We have 18 cars total. Let's take up this middle of the screen here with our grid. So we have on pole, congratulations, Corey Lazarus, Flipper Straffarelli up in second, Adam Schmidt in third. No Samuel Sproul today. Not that I can see. Surprising. Ed Eisenhower, new face in our league, up in P4. Michael Carrillo in P5. Ariel Julian, welcome back. Haven't seen you all season, I don't think. In P6, we got Leighton Cook, blazing fast last week. He's in P7. Jason Lyons, Dan Moreira, Carl Ripping, Jeffrey Seabach, Matt Schlosser. I hope that's how you say it, Schlosser. Ryan Scalny, Shannon Mothral, Jean Rivera, Young Choi, Anthony Robertson, and Tyler Mariglia. Italian. Gotta get the Italian tongue going on that one. It's Mariglia. Or, anyways, let's bring up, there we go. I want to get rid of a few of these things. I don't like the track map there. And now, let's take a look at all those beautiful Porsche cars at the very front there. Get rid of that timing tower. I'm going to go into an even better view for that start-finish line. And as we're waiting for the lights to go up, the lights are up in the middle of the screen. Here we go. We got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. lights are off and away we go. We've got a real great start from Corey Lazarus already out in front. A sizable lead. These guys have to go through Eau Rouge too wide in some cases, and here they are navigating it nice and safely. It looks like Ryan Skolnick didn't even start. Sad, sad, sad day to see that happening. Was hoping he'd be out there. Very formidable driver. Here they are heading down into Lick Holmes for the very first time. Corey Lazarus in the lead. We're having a whole bunch of too wide. I hear a little bit of door banging, a little bit of metal on metal, but no worse for the wear, it looks like. And it looks like that is Leighton Cook dropping positions, dropping it like it's hot, all the way to the very, very back of the field. Here, I'll bring up the timing tower. You can see exactly how far back Leighton Cook has gone. He was right up near 7-8 position, and now he's at the very back. And that slowdown up Eau Rouge for 3 seconds on the very first lap will absolutely destroy your race. Here is Flipper Straffarelli being challenged by Adam Schmidt. Corey Lazarus, very fortunate to be out in front. He is going to be the pace setter for this evening. And a little further back, we have a lot of battles going on right here. Oh, and it looks like a lot of people going off track. When you see the name on the very left of that screen, it means they're going to be going off track. And oh, Dan Marrera has a situation. This is Shannon Mothral in front. Dan Marrera, Young Choi. Dan Marrera and Young Choi going to be going too wide through Blanchimont. This is not normally recommended. It leaves you wide open for attack, but these guys do it anyways. Young Choi is now up ahead. Looks like Dan Marrera just concedes the position, and wow, Jeffrey Seabach takes advantage. I hear some cars spinning. We're gonna have to take a look exactly what happened there afterwards, and just watching these drivers navigate through the chicane for the very first time. Here we go into La Source. Dan Marrera, Jeffrey Seabach, Leighton Cook trying to make up some ground. Oh, a little bit of an unfortunate situation for Jeffrey. I'm not sure what happened there. If that was netcode, I do not know. So here is what happened real quick too. This is Oh, there it is, and that is Gene Rivera crashing. And let's go back to live. I'm going to head real quick up to Carl Ribbing and Matt Schlosser just absolutely battling out the Flipper Straffarelli. Bleeding positions, absolutely bleeding positions. He must have gotten a slowdown on Eau Rouge. I can't understand why he'd go from second all the way down to 6th. Jason Lyons is now up ahead of the Flipper as well. Jason Lyons, I got to note, is now actually in the pro class. He is not an amateur driver anymore. He's gotten much faster over time, and we're going to just make that show right there and turning his name green. Anyone, of course, with the green beside their name is in the pro class. Anyone who's white is in the amateur class, and that gives a good idea of who is what and where. Leighton Cook still trying to have that recovery drive after that massive slowdown that he suffered at the very beginning. I want to take a look at right near the very front. These are the final podium positions for P2. Ariel Julian has quickly caught up and made some good ground on Adam Schmidt. It looks like Ariel Julian is going to be this driver to beat in the front pack aside from Corey Lazarus. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Sorry about that, folks. heading into La Source. This is Adam Schmidt defending on the inside. Ariel Julian attacking on the outside, and that's going to give Ariel Julian perfect run up Low Roge down the Camel Straight, and it's going to be Ariel Julian's position to easily gain, possibly, as they head down the Camel Straight within 2/10 from Adam Schmidt, and it's going to be an easy pass, I think, if he can get that inside or even get right around that outside. We're going to have to take a look a little bit further back. Oh, and they are absolutely taking that chance, going too wide. Oh, a little bit of contact. And Ariel Julian back up here is going around the outside. Adam Schmidt is just taking a nice, easy, letting him go. Oh, and there is Ed Eisenhower making that dive, that real late dive, and just making it work. Ed is, of course, surrounded by Shannon Mothral in front with Matt Schlosser directly behind. And then that fourth car there just peeking his head into that battle, possibly, maybe not, is Dan Marrera. Oh, and here we go. Ed may be making a move. He's going up the inside. Does he have a supercharger under his car? He just got an absolute launch out of that corner and just made easy work of Shannon Mothral. That is not all that common, I gotta say. And that means Ed Eisenhower is in P7. Yeah, there we go. Now it's updated. Thank you, overlays. A little bit slow on the update, but there we go. Looks like the Flipper Straffarelli went off track. Let's take a quick look. How did that one happen? So there was the slowdown. Oh man, I think the track's over there, bud. But you know, hey, if you like going in the sand, then go for that. Here you go. Just taking a look. Wow, look at that. Dan Marrera. Oh, Dan Marrera and Matt Schlosser now battling it out. Shannon Mothral just up ahead. Looks like Matt Schlosser is just able to hold on just barely. Let's take a look. How did Tyler Mariglia crash? Out of that corner, the Kraken car, just something is really happening. Oh, there's the crash. Holding the brakes, that is lovely. That is exactly what you want to see. Something is really up with the overlays today. I know that so we use SDK Gaming, if anyone was curious, and yeah. Something really is happening to it right now. There's delays. I have no idea. It cannot be explained. There you go. That is not supposed to happen, folks, but it's totally happening. It says I'm on a replay, and I'm really not. I am actually live right now. It'll just take a few seconds to actually get to being live. There you go. Look at that. I'm going to have to say everything's on a 5-second delay. 5 or 8 second delay is really confusing. Really confusing for me too, seriously. There is Dan Marrera is now ahead of Matt Schlosser. This is ultimately very confusing for me to try and navigate. The overlays and what I'm watching are just absolutely not matching. I'm gonna be trying my best here. This is insanely hard. Completely being candid here, but yeah. So Ed Eisenring, who we were previously watching, all the way down into 10th position, followed by Jean-William Rivera. Yep, there you go on the timing tower. Finally updated that these guys had a position swap. Oh my gosh, this is killing me. The OCD in my head is just absolutely going nuts right now. Absolutely. There goes Jean Rivera off track, missing the braking point. And I gotta say, let's talk about that corner. Young Choi does the exact same thing, misses that braking point. Let's talk about that corner, that chicane. It's really, really difficult. You have to slow the car down with some funky, funky elevation changes. And, you know, you think you want to brake late, you can brake late for 1 lap, maybe 2 laps. But if you continue pushing that luck, you're absolutely going to have to start braking much, much later. Some people try and brake at that line. I would say much before that line. If you brake too late, you really are going to slow down that exit. You're going to take away from your exit speed. Just absolutely not ideal. And on that note, just braking slightly earlier in this car is actually going to pay off a lot. It doesn't seem like it. You think you may want to brake at that very last moment. Think again, just a little bit before, and you're going to have a little bit more control in that braking zone, and going to go a little bit faster in your lap time. You're not going to wear the tires as much, and you'll see it'll be a much, much faster driver. Here is Matt Schlosser with, this is Dan Marrera directly ahead. So has my overlays updated? No, I don't think so. My live timing is just... I'll have to figure this out for next week. Hopefully it's updated and better. But anyways, we do have a few crashes that we can take a look at while we're waiting. There we go. Okay, so here is Ed Eisenring. Where did he crash? Yeah, that's a real big crash. Thanks. Not too big of a crash. Jeffrey Seabach. This is into Lacombe's, and okay, so he just not sure what happened there. That may be a technical error or something on his end. Just decided to go off into the grass. Dan Marrera still has the likes of Matt Schlosser directly behind him. So let's just go through our field. We have 3 minutes left in this race. Corey Lazarus just absolutely gapping the field. Blackout Motorsports New Zealand driver. Wow. Alien Wannabe. Who are you? Whoever you are, welcome to watching the race. I'm not sure what your name is, but thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And I see that you wish you were on track with the guys. Just be on track. You won the AM last season, then just be on track. I think it's John. Funky long name. Anyways, just be on track. It's a lot of fun. We miss you out there, really. We really do. I can see that if you kept driving with us, I'm sure you'd be right up here with Corey Lazarus in absolute no time. Ariel Smith, large gap between him and Corey. Adam Schmidt is still very much in the running with Ariel Julian. You got Michael Carrillo, I think it's Carrillo, now caught up to Adam Schmidt, so this could be quite a battle. There's going to be 2 more laps to go. That massive draft effect that you get going down the Kemmel Straight. You know, Carrillo actually has a chance to land himself onto that podium position. He's gained 1 position total right now. Adam Schmidt is exactly where he started. So he has another spot that he may be able to gain. Jason Lyons, 5th position right now. One of our amateur winners a few seasons ago for the Euro Global division. Now primarily focusing on the Americas division here on Thursday evening. He's now up 3 positions. He's earned himself a spot into the Pro division with the pace that he has gained as of recent. Carl Ribbing, same thing. Carl Ribbing in last season was a high challenger in the amateur division and now is up in the pro division. Look at him go. He's ahead of Shannon Mothral, who's always shown real great pace, just not real great luck for Shannon. Oh, where's Corey going? Corey! Oh! What happened, Corey? Corey Lazarus was in first position. Oh, and he miscalculated his fuel. Corey Lazarus is going to have to get some fuel, come back out, and he is now in seventh position. Oh no, he may not even make this reverse grid. Corey, what is happening? Corey, you're all the way down into 10th position now. You didn't put enough fuel for that last lap, Corey, and that has put Ariel Julian into the lead of this race. 5 positions gained from Ariel Julian. Adam Schmidt, Michael Carrillo are going to be rounding out those podiums. Holy Mackinac, what is happening? This absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. Oh, wow. Carl Ribbing, Shannon Mothral. Here is Corey Lazarus. He's now got a lot of ground to make up. He gained 1 spot already off of Ed coming into Lacombe's. He's got a few drivers ahead of him. He is down 8 spots total from pole position. Wow, that is going to hurt his race unless he can get up into that reverse grid top 8 and really change that feature around. This is going to be really, really intense. I'm really curious to see if he's going to be able to make it. Let's just take a quick peek at where is Ariel Julian, Adam Schmidt, Michael Carrillo. These guys seem to be set in stone in their positioning, with Dan Moreira here in 7th place, Matt Schlosser in 8th, Corey Lazarus just lurking in the background for that final 8th position in the reverse grid top 8, and he's getting closer and closer and closer with Ed Eisenring right there. Not too far back. Is Corey going to be able to make it? And just taking a quick peek. Oh, and they are not at that finish line just yet. They have one more corner just as they're heading into the chicane. Corey Lazarus, is he going to be able to make that dive? No, he is not able to get there in time. Oh, and Dan Moreira goes a little bit wild. Is he going to have a slowdown off of that? Corey Lazarus, is he going to get up into that reverse grid top 8? He makes that pass on Dan Moreira, and he makes it happen. There's Ariel Julian. There we go. Corey Lazarus, oh, he's backed out and he's down into 10th position. Unsure how that one happened, but that just happened. So we got Ariel Julian up in first position. Congratulations, Ariel Julian, for winning that race. Adam Schmidt, Michael Carrillo, Jason Lyons, Carl Ribbing, Shannon Mothral. Wow, Dan Moreira is in the final position for that reverse grid. He will be starting at the very front in our 30-minute feature. Absolutely wild. Wow. And then we have a whole bunch of unfortunate events that happen for many people. Leighton Cook, Leighton Cook, if he didn't get that slowdown, he was definitely going to be competing at the very front. But I gotta say that that slowdown off Eau Rouge up Redillon is a painful one. That first lap round, you definitely do not want that. So it looks like we have, I think, one driver still out on track right there. And there he is, taking that checkered flag, coming across that start-finish line, the very last car. And now I'm able to bring up those winners. Come on. There you go. Ariel Julian, congratulations once again for the win of that race in that 15-minute sprint. Congratulations once again, Ariel Julian. 5 positions gained to come out on top. Adam Schmidt in 2nd and Michael Carrillo in 3rd. Wonderful performance, really, from these guys. We got Jason Lyons, amateur, not so amateur anymore, up in the pro division, showing that he's got the pace. He is in 4th position. Carl Ribbing in 5th, Shannon Mothral in 6th, Matt Schlosser in 7th, Dan Moreira in 8th. With those 2 amateur drivers in the very front row of the starting grid next race, super curious to see how that turns out. It could be absolute chaos, or it could be just absolute blast and a lot of fun for all of our drivers. The reverse grid top 8 creates a lot of scary yet amazing situations that you just will not find anywhere else. Guarantee, if you haven't tried them, to try them. You won't have any more fun anywhere else. Just absolute blast. Of course, we have our sponsor, Motor Racing Checklist by Swelio Almeida. Swelio Racing Checklist, an in-depth racing course for intermediate and advanced drivers looking to find more. So head on over to that website, motorracingchecklist.com, type in PCC25, you'll get a discount on his race course and learn a lot. I own that course personally. I love it. I actually have learned a few things. Um, I'm around 3,000 I rating currently and have placed consistently in the top three for championships for 2 seasons in a row that did drive in the league. And that racing course has still taught me stuff every single time I look through it. So highly recommend going to just take a look. And it's something that you buy once and you can always just continually go back to it. And a little bit of the proceeds from that will go to supporting the league. So let's bring up that grid. Ooh, so the flipper Straffarelli all the way to the back. He qualified so well, and really sad to see he's all the way at the back. So as you saw, the reverse grid top 8, there you go. Let's see if Ryan Skolny joins this race. Let's pull this down. There you go. There you go, just waiting for the cars to get onto that starting grid. You can see, is that Barney up in that tower? Where is he? I don't see him. That's funny. Yeah, Barney's missing. Imagine that. He doesn't know where to go. I don't know. Anyways, we've got to change the camera view for a better view. Here we go. This is Dan Marrera at the very front. We got Matt Schlosser, and the lights are up. The lights are off and away we go. It looks like Dan did not get the start that he was hoping. Are we going to see a 3 wide up over Rouge in the very beginning? No, it looks like Matt Schlosser is going to have the lead. Oh, a little bit of bumping and shoving as we go up. Oh, and there's going to be a whole bunch of slowdowns. Looks like the car's not too damaged. Unfortunate for Ariel Julian, who had such an excellent race in that sprint and is just not having a good race start. We're going to have to take a look exactly how did that one happen. That was absolutely intense. And Carl Ribbing is now in second place. Matt Schlosser is in first. That bad start from Dan Marrera was just absolutely the trigger point for all of that happened. And here's Corey Lazarus trying to make the best of his feature race, starting in 10th position, already up into 6th. Let's bring up that timing tower so you can see who is where. There's Corey Lazarus up 4 spots total as they head down to, I can't even say this this corner, Pujon, I think that's it, right? Pujon. This as we head down into Pujon for the very first time. Ariel Julian hasn't lost too much time. Is his car out of alignment? I am not sure. We're going to find out in no time at all, I'm sure. Matt Schlosser is still in the lead of this race. Good job on Matt Schlosser for holding it together with that massive field behind him. It is not easy to do that. Your very first time to just have all of those very fast drivers behind you. Super intimidating, and he is just not cracking under pressure. Corey Lazarus up 4 spots total, looking to make it one more. Follow Michael Carrillo very closely as he heads through Blanchemont. He's going to take that inside. He's going to absolutely take it. He backs out, and he is going to try to push his and that is going to be a slowdown for Michael Carrillo. Absolutely no doubt on that. You can see Michael Carrillo right there slowing down. Leighton Cook making some passes as well, following Corey Lazarus through the field. So Leighton Cook is here trying to make up for that real bad sprint race that he had. Oh, and there's a little bit of a full send into the barrier. Maybe not where you want to go. Everyone just, for the most part, it looks like behaving. Young Choi having a decent race. He is up 4 spots total. Everyone just heading up Eau Rouge right now. Jason Lyons has the likes of Corey Lazarus on his tail. Corey Lazarus. Oh, did Corey get a slowdown? Oh my gosh. Just absolute bad luck. Does Shannon make that dive on Carl Ribbing? No, he doesn't, but that opens up the door for Jason Lyons to start poking his nose. Leighton Cook making a move up the inside on Jason Lyons. These guys are really taking every inch that they can use here, and there is Shannon Mothrawell on the inside. Jason Lyons on the outside. As we go around, that shorter distance traveled is not going to benefit 718, and so now Shannon Mothrawell is ahead. There is Jason Lyons. Look at my timing tower is now instant again. So that is excellent. That's excellent. So Michael Creel now being challenged by Leighton Cook. How did that one happen? Leighton Cook may have missed a corner, and he is being challenged now as well by Ed Eisenring. Ed Eisenring is trying to get through all these cars, and this is the absolute wonderful experience that the reverse grid will create. You have a lot of fun times just because of it. And in this, let's see, Jason Lyons, this battle right here just absolutely heating up. When we get a chance, we're going to take a look exactly what happened in that very first lap, going up the Radillion for the very first time. But we can't look away from the action just yet. We have everyone in this real tight pack, basically an absolute train. Did Matt Schlosser just go off track in the background? Michael Krill diving up the inside on car 718. Jason Lyons making that move. Is he going to be able to hold it together? I don't think so. Oh, and someone's around. Carl Ribbing is around. Carl Ribbing has gone around. Matt Schlosser is down a few positions, and that is going to be from that slowdown that he served. We have 3 wide going into La Source. Ed Heisenring able to make up some spots. Maybe not. Leighton Cook just poking his nose in there as well. And here we go, heading up Eau Rouge for the 3rd time now, going down the Kemmel Straight, and this is going to get real spicy as we head into Les Combes. Absolute real spicy. Oh, there's Matt Schlosser just at bleeding positions, and he is getting left in the dust after that slowdown. Michael Creel is still ahead, with Ed Eisenring just wanting to find his way through. Young Choi up 8 spots. So Young Choi is having an excellent drive. Corey Lazarus, the very back, he is the caboose of this train. He does not want to be the caboose anymore. He's making a move on Young Choi. Shorter distance traveled. He is going to make a nice, easy work. Oh, and there is a little bit of contact between Kirill and Jason Lyons, and that sent Jason Lyons round. And there he goes. That is just sometimes the unfortunate reality of racing. You get real close, a little bit of a bump, and sometimes it can unsell the cars in the wrong, very unfortunate way. Oh, Ed Eisenring right up here, just really battling it out with Leighton Cook. These guys are having an absolute blast. I'm sure they're going to have a cold shower after this one. They are bumper to bumper. I think the heat coming off of car 045 is just... Oh, and there goes Eisenring. There you go. Just a little bit too much push. Really using those tires too much in those first few laps. He's just not able to keep on keeping on. So we have a few drivers. Okay, let's take a look. How did Carl Ribbing crash? Here is Carl Ribbing goes, oh! There was Carl Ribbing making a pass for the lead, and maybe he just didn't know that there's a car beside him, and he got sent into the barriers, and they just, there you go. Here is Jason Lyons going off track. How did Jason Lyons go off track? Looks like, oh... Looks like he left the door open, potentially left the door open. Michael Carrillo wanted to walk through the open doorway, and it's just a little bit of a misunderstanding between the two drivers of exactly how does that type of situation work out. you know, you gotta always be careful. If you leave that door open, we are racing here, folks. Someone's gonna want to try and take that space. Every zone is a passing zone. We have in no way any defined no passing zones. Everyone is free to be that racing driver they want to be here. It doesn't always work out when you take that approach, but you know, it is a lot of fun. And a lot of times I will say that the driver who finishes first is the one who first must finish, if that makes sense. So it's very good to just build up that racecraft of consistency. That's definitely been my game in all my races, and it's served me well. So at the very front, we got Shannon Mothral in P1, followed by Michael Creel, Leighton Cook, Corey Lazarus. Corey Lazarus up 6 positions, Leighton Cook up 8 positions. These guys both from the World Down Under, down there in Australia. I think Corey is on the east side there of the big island, naturally from the small island of New Zealand. I hear it's absolutely beautiful there. Love to see that one day. I hear it's a lot of outdoor activity. Oh, and that may be a slowdown for Leighton Cook. I'm really curious to see how that one goes. He defends the inside. Oh, Leighton Cook. That is really gonna hurt your race. I'm not sure what happened, but I definitely think he got a slowdown. He is not having a good time in this car on this track, and he's heading into the pits after that one. Absolutely heading into the pits. I don't think that car survived. That is a little bit too much jump rope. Michael Creel getting a little bit loose, heading out of La Source, down to that start-finish line, up Redillion and Eau Rouge. Corey Lazarus, I'm sure, is going to make short work of it. He's 2/10 off, so he is going to have that perfect run down the Camel Straight. Is Creel going to defend the inside, leave it wide open? Let's see how this is going to go. Corey Lazarus takes that inside line. The cars dive down under braking, and there goes Corey Lazarus. He's now got his next target in mind. Shannon Mothral car 916, the Moonshiner car. Here we go. This is Bruxelles. I think I'm saying that one right. Bruxelles. But anyways, here down towards Puhan. And this is, I think, currently the closest battle. Corey Lazarus up 8 positions total now. Wow, what a drive. After a real interesting drive he had in that sprint race where it looked like he needed to get some more fuel to finish that race. He is now trying to turn his evening around. If you're down in Australia, turn that afternoon around. You can see under braking, Corey Lazarus closing that gap, braking a tiny bit earlier than Shannon Mothral, apparently, is what it looks like to me. But braking just a tiny bit less. And when you brake a tiny bit less, you're not on that threshold. Your car has significantly more control. And the other advantage of when you do that is you can close that gap you have from you to that car in front of you. Just watch how Corey Lazarus brakes just a slightly less amount and closes that gap under braking. Shannon Mothral defending the inside just a little bit. You see Corey right there. See how you can close that gap under braking by just a little bit less, and that better exit you have because you have that much better car control. And now Corey Lazarus challenging for P1 around the outside into La Source. Shannon Mothral decides better of it, backs out, and lets him have it. And there you go. There's the racing tip of the evening. Brake a tiny bit less, more car control, faster exit, and just faster car. And you definitely do save your tires a whole bunch when you drive that way. You try and overdo it all the time, you will not have a fun time by lap 3, lap 4. Telling you right now. I do have some coaching videos out as well talking about that. I'll have to post those up if anyone's curious. If you are, just I guess send a message in the PCC Discord. So the Flipper Straffarelli is up 2 spots total. We actually now have some time. We can take a look what exactly happened in that funny incident for lap 1. Here it is as we're heading up Eau Rouge. This is 3 wide. Oh, that is not going to work out. A little bit of bumps. Oh! And just a little bit of bump, I think, misjudging the space that they have around each other. Ariel Julian, I think, not turning in as much as he wanted. And, you know, when you have that many cars starting in that position on the track, it's not always easy to try and figure out what to do, how to do that. I want to take a look. Here is the Flipper Straffarelli crashed as well. I think this is lap 2. Oh! And that explains why he is so far back. Qualifying so well and just not having the night that he really wanted to have, I'm sure. That's quite far back. That was P3, I think it was, he qualified in, and I think that if he can work on his consistency, he can be a real tough driver to race against. It's just not quite there, not yet. When it comes to consistency, that's a lot of mental head games that you gotta play around with and work on. Oh, let's see. Yeah, so as I was saying, sorry, I was just checking the notifications, and it looks like Adam Schmidt has been, he looks like he has some damage on his car, and he's been following Jean Rivera, I think, for quite a few laps. But that mental space that you have to get your head into, it's musicians, as I was saying last week, have a much easier time at getting into that headspace. You really have to try and focus in on getting into that flow. Everybody has thoughts in their head as they're driving, and the challenge is to actually just get rid of those thoughts. How do you do that? It takes practice. Your brain is like a muscle, and the more that you exercise in the way that you want it to be exercised, the stronger it gets. So it's not going to be very easy at first, but eventually, if you really focus on it, you can get your brain into a spot where for a 30-minute race, you don't have any external thoughts about anything. It just takes a lot of time to recognize when these thoughts are coming up and refocus back on the race. What is it that your hands feel? What is it that your feet feels? What is it that your back is feeling? And it really gets you into racing mode to get back to what are you feeling? That's my other tip of the evening. I guess this is going to be one of those nights where it's just a whole bunch of racing tips. Maybe, maybe not. I definitely do miss racing, I gotta say. Here is Ariel Julian. Looks like he took a quick repair. He's going to try and find a way around Jeffrey Seebach. He's down 4 positions total, so that's not too bad. 4 positions total in this race. In 12th spot. But after winning that sprint race, oh, there he goes, just filling the mirrors of Jeffrey, making a way through nice and easy. There's Adam Schmidt making a pass on Jean Rivera, and it looks like after Blanchimont, just getting by nice and easy. So we have a few passes that we can take a look. How did they happen? Here is Ed Eisenring in Lacombe's coming out of, around the outside, and it looks like Tyler just backed out and made it easy. Here is exactly how Adam Schmidt got around Jean Rivera, sticking his nose up the inside into Blanchimont. That is absolutely brave, but it worked out. And now let's head back to live to see where these guys are duking it. I think there's a little bit of front aero damage on Adam. Come on, timing tower. SDK, you're having a whole bunch of problems right now, but come on back. There you go. Thank you very much. There we go. Okay, so Adam Smith still has Jean Rivera right behind him, but it looks like there is aero damage on both those cars, possibly, maybe not on Jean, just a little bit, but Adam Smith just able to outpace him anyways and start breaking away. Heading back a little bit further, Carl Ribbing started up right near the front with that reverse grid, making benefits, taking the benefit of that reverse grid. And now he's bled a few positions. He's down into 7th, and Ed Eisenring trying to make up for that bad sprint race and the bad start of this race, and he is up one spot in all the way into 8th. Trying to make up one more, it looks like, on the likes of Carl Ribbing. So, wow, that closing speed between Ed and Carl, that is intense. So it's going to be any moment now that Ed's going to try and make a move. I'm going to have to, I'd put my money, that's going to be on the chicane. Into that chicane, a little bit of a better exit out of Blanchimont. Is he going to make that dive into the chicane up the inside? I think he's gonna poke that nose. He is not able to get up alongside, and so he is gonna wisely back out, because that would be an absolute torpedo of a move to go for it that far back. So he's gonna now just gain a little bit of pace on that exit. You can see 510. Oh, not the exit he was looking for. Let's take a quick look. Heading down the Camel straight, there is Corey Lazarus, followed by Michael Carrillo, Shannon Motheral. Young Choi is now finally heading up. Oh, something happened. Uh-oh. Is that a drive-through? Off tracks. That's another interesting thing about our races. If you get 15 off tracks, so it looks like he didn't have enough fuel, or he is taking a quick repair. So that's going to benefit Adam Schmidt, and he's going to be able to hold on to that P5. There's Ed. Oh, a little bit too aggressive under braking. And that is going to push Carl Ribbing off the road. But Carl Ribbing able to come back onto the road. Very little damage. Not too worse for there. And look at that. The sportsmanship of Ed Heisenring. That is absolutely what you like to see. A little bit of a mistake, of course, to brake too late. Push the guy off the road. And he's saying, I'm sorry, man. I'm going to give that back. And, you know, that's why you do league racing. Because you have people that care about each other out there. And what else are you going to say? That is absolutely lovely. That's like a bro hug from one bro to another. Just love it, love it. So Ed is now going to have to try again without locking the tire, without going off track, without pushing the car off track to get ahead. Oh, and there goes Carl Ribbing off the track, and now finally letting Ed through. Here's Jason Lyons after that spin. He did not give up, and that is the key in all racing, is to never give up. He is all the way back up into 8th position. He was sent to the back of the field, and just through perseverance has gained a lot of spots back. Ariel Julian, he is in 9th position, so he has gained a lot of spots back as well. Let's just take a quick replay. How did Jean Rivera... Oh. Yeah, that would explain how he got past him. Went off track, filled the mirrors. Driver went off track, and off you go. Oh. Oh. Something may be wrong with his car, with something, I am not sure, but it's 8 minutes to go. There you go. Okay, off he goes, off to the races. I'm going to just take a quick peek at the leader of the race and run through some of the field. We got Corey Lazarus all the way up here. He's 2.4 second gap to Michael Carrillo. Michael Carrillo really holding his own. He's got Shannon Motheral not too far back off of him. And these guys are definitely in sight of Corey Lazarus as they head down the hill to Pouillon. And one tiny mistake from any of these drivers can totally change the outcome of this race. So, you know, that focus really, really comes into play. Look at Young Choi all the way up into 4th position. He has definitely earned the newly earned pro status that he has. I think it's this season or the end of last season. That is very much earned. From his hard work, practice, and just learning how to drive better and better, all the way up into 4th position in this feature. 10 positions gained, consistency, and just staying out of trouble and just being fast, just plain out being fast. Here's Adam Schmiz behind Young Choi. You can see on the names list there, when they go red, it means that that driver went off track. So let's see how many times have some of these drivers gone off track. Now, this isn't perfect. Yeah, it's absolutely not perfect. That's not correct. I'm going to pull that down because that is not right. It's probably joining both races together. Oh, and Michael Carrillo has spun. And I got to say, I've done that before. That is not an easy corner to exit. He's burned his rear tires up, spun coming out of the corner, and that allowed Shannon Mothral to make a nice, easy pass. Michael Carrillo, with tires that are just absolute muck, is now under attack by Young Choi. Not far off. If he's not careful, he's going to be losing another position. There's Corey Lazarus coming down the Camel Straight. Shannon Mothral coming down the Camel Straight, just barely still in sight there. Here is, wow, I love that view, eh? As the cars whip across the top of the little mountain. Here's Ed Eisenring, up 3 spots total now, having a great drive. There's Carl Ribbing not far back. Wow, Jason Lyons absolutely catching back to this field here. Ariel Julian, Tyler, oh, I think that was... There you go. There's the Flipper Straffarelli, Matt Schlosser. Matt Schlosser started in P1. He was the pole sitter in the start of this race. He's all the way back into 14th, so he's not had a real great time. I see he's also crashed. Let's take a look. How did he crash here? So this is into Lacombe's. I think he crashed here the last race as well. Luckily, no damage to the car. So that's a huge plus. I see Anthony Robertson has crashed. Let's take a quick peek. How did Anthony Robertson crash? And this corner has claimed a lot of lives, it seems like. LaSource. Oh, no, he just decided to give up. Yeah, that corner still has claimed a lot of lives. And I think Anthony Robertson was involved in that very first lap up the hill collision, and just hasn't had such a great time in trying to have that recovery drive that some of these others have had. And I'd have to assume because of that has backed out of the race and is just looking at this as a learning opportunity how to get better. That's that would be my guesses on that. I like this new paint, eh? A little bit damaged, but still absolutely beautiful. So let's just take a quick peek. Right near the front of the race, Young Choi. I'm going to turn on that battle box, and we're going to take a look at some lap times. Oh, no, not this one. I want to see. Here we go. So Adam Schmidt, it looks like he is slightly catching Young Choi. So it'll be any moment now that these two cars start making contact and are in drafting range. So if you change this up and take a look at Michael Carrillo and Young Choi, other than that one spin, I have to say that Michael Carrillo's got a lot of pace on Young Choi. That is almost a second a lap. So Young Choi is definitely at this point a sitting duck to that car behind. And if you look at Adam Schmidt versus Eisenring, looks like Eisenring has some pace. Other than that spin, has a little bit of pace on at the beginning, lap 7 and 8. Maybe not on lap 11. There could be damage there that's causing that, or some sort of confidence that is just it's just fleeting confidence after all the spins and the incidents that have happened. But still in 6th position, that's a good spot to be. Gonna have some good season points gained for Eisenring. Oh, they're getting closer and closer. Here we go. And we're going to keep this up because it looks like Adam Schmidt has gained a lot of time. You can see he is now within that 1 second range. When you're in that 1 second range, that timing interval goes yellow. Oh, and he is going to be gaining on him. We have 1 minute to go, so that's going to be one more lap. We're going to have a 13-lap feature, so this is do or die. We're going to see that white flag light waving from Barney on that. Oh, and Young Choi has spun around, and that is going to drop him down. He's going to be bleeding positions if he's not careful, if he can get that thing pointed back the right way real quick as possible before Ed starts coming down that straight. Oh, and he's lucky that is not the last lap. And now Adam Schmidt has made that pass without having to make that pass. And let's just call that one the broadcaster's curse. Adam Schmidt just having that consistency, keeping his head down, now up into 4th position. So this is now the white flag lap. Corey Lazarus 8 seconds ahead of Shannon Motheral. Just absolute blazing fast, blazing pace. Interesting thing about Corey's driving. Now, he doesn't stream as far as I know. Maybe he does, but if he did, you'd get to hear the Aussie New Zealand accent, that Kiwi accent. Anyways, almost every few corners or every corner, he is changing the brake bias. And so there's some drivers out there that do not change the brake bias ever. They just set it and forget it. Corey Lazarus has taken a very active, proactive approach on his driving style and figures out for every corner and for however the car is feeling, the brake bias that he decides just before he hits that braking zone. That's it's a lot of work to try and manage that, but you know, it looks like it's working for him. So here he comes into the chicane. This corner is actually called the chicane. Exiting that chicane, nice wide exit. Oh, is he gonna stop too early because he thinks that's the finish line? It's not actually the finish line. You got one more corner to go. You have to go through La Source. Here he goes into that braking zone using all of the track on the entry, all the way to the grass, all the way to the exit wide. There you go. Corey Lazarus taking that checkered flag. Congratulations. There's Barney on the side waving that flag as hard as he bloody well can. Congratulations once again for Corey Lazarus winning that feature race. Shannon Mothral coming across in 2nd. There's Michael Carrillo in 3rd position. Wow, what a wonderful drive from Michael Carrillo. Adam Schmidt coming across in 4th, put his head down, got to work, and there he goes. Ed Eisenring almost able to make a pass on Young Choi. And he's going to have to dive into the pits, and that is going to be an off-track penalty for 15 penalty points drive-through. That is really going to put him down in the order. We're going to have to find out where he ends up. Ooh, that is toughy, and that's going to benefit Ariel Julian, who just put his head down, did not give up, and there he went. Dan Morrell will be coming across next across that finish line. If anyone wants to do an interview, jump into the interview booth right about now, and we'll start on talking. There is Dan Morrell coming around that final corner, coming over that start-finish line. It's really weird to see Barney on the grass waving the flag, but there you go. There you have it. Yep, there he is, right on the left there. There's Tyler Mariglia coming across that finish line in 11th, up 4 spots total. And the very last man driving right here, looks like Jean Rivera's crashed. I want to take a quick look. How did that one happen? May as well while we still have some time. Here is Jean Rivera. There, and you want to start braking honestly at that sign. Yep, there you go. And let's just take a look at that one again. So that sign at the very top is your braking marker. A lot of people think it's that line right there, and it's absolutely not that line. You want to brake as soon as you hit approximately the sign overhead, or else you will burn up your tires. Your tires will not last, and you're going to have a bad exit, or you're going to just have that happen. So Jean Rivera out of that race, from that lap back to the pit. And so Matt Schlosser has gained a position after having not such a great start. Corey Lazarus, it looks like he's just coming around. He wants to end the race in the pits. He's going to go all the way around and head into the pits. Let's take up. There we go. Here is our feature race 30-minute finish results. Corey Lazarus, congratulations from coming from 10th position to end up in first. Absolutely wonderful drive. What you're doing with the brake bias, it's working. Shannon Mothral in P2. Wonderful, wonderful performance from 916 there. Michael Carrillo having a great drive, ending up all the way into third position. Adam Smith in fourth. Young Choi in fifth. A lot of positions gained for Young Choi. Carl Ribbing, after a not so great first lap, if I remember correctly, ending in P6. So he had a recovery drive that he did very, very well. Jason Lyons in P7. Ariel Julian all the way up into P8. Then Dan Moreira in 9. Ed Eisenring all the way down to 10th from that penalty. It looks like he lost not too many positions, I don't think. I think I'm seeing 10th position is where he'll be at. Tyler Mariglia, 11th. Matt Schlosser in 12th. Jean Rivera in 13th. Flipper Straffarelli just gave up, unfortunately, I think. Did he give up? No, he's only a few laps down. So he did not give up. That is perfect. Never give up, folks. And you're always going to find gains. The moment you give up is the moment you stop seeing gains. So the flipper kept going. Absolutely wonderful. Don't give up. And he ended up in 14th position, unfortunately, after his bad race. But you know, it really helps to work on that consistency if you just keep it going. Leighton Cook, after flying that car like an airplane, didn't give up either. He's one lap down. He's in 15th. Jeffrey Seabach in 16th. Anthony Robertson 17th, and Ryan Scolny, I don't even think started. And so there you go. That is our race. That is our race, for the Americas division. Congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to all the losers, because I don't know. Why not? Hope you all had fun. I hope you all had as much fun listening and watching this back as much fun as I do to produce this. And I just hope you all enjoy the league. Share with your friends, and if you really support the league, it helps us a huge amount. If you subscribe to our Twitch channel with your Amazon Prime, it doesn't cost you anything, of course, because the Amazon Prime gives you one free membership, one free subscription. So please use it on us. It supports our league to give us these free broadcasts for you, free league, free entry to our league. And yeah, that's my spiel for the evening. Looks like next week is going to be Watkins Glen. Absolutely excited for that one. Just cannot wait. So I'll see you guys all next week. That now wraps up our broadcast. And I'll see you guys all later. Have a good evening, folks.
control. Will you help me?
When I lost control, we are lost. Yeah, we lost control. Yeah, we lost control.
Love about a liquor boy, will you hit me up? I lost control. Will you help me? Love about a liquor boy, will you hit me up? I lost control.